the original way.
What's the book? Oh my god.
And you know you could.
Hello, welcome to Ballroom Basics. Today we're gonna talk about Old Way. My name is Helio B. Poderosa. I'm the prince of the House of P. Poderosa, and I use a he/him pronoun. I'm currently based in Bern, and I've been officially voguing for a little more than 2 years now. My categories mainly are Old Way, which I'm going to teach you about today, and All-American Runway, so a bit more the butch side of ballroom. The thing that I love most about the ballroom scene is the beautiful community I found within it, the mutual support we have for each other, but also the resilience you will see in its members. I will first give you a little bit of theoretical background on Old Way, so you know what we're talking about, where it came from, what's important, and then I will give you a little cue choreography that you can study and learn from. So let's get into it. If you have a look at Old Way, you will find that it's very often considered the original way. That's because it's the oldest dance category to still be around. And the way it started out was with runway. So when you walk the runway, you obviously have to pose, you have to show off your garments, you have to show off your personality, the illusion that you're creating. And in the 1970s, Paris Dupree, a very famous member of the ballroom community, they took that a step further. So they started to do more elaborate posing, more on the music. And from there evolved a category that was called presentation. So it was more about presenting yourself, less about walking the runway. Presentation became performance, so it was more about what you could offer in terms of the performance. And performance then eventually turned into pop, dip, and spin. And pop, dip, and spin was the first dance category to be around. So it was about popping your poses, cute spins, and also already going to the floor, so the dip, which I will show you later. And as these categories were around for a while, you could see two camps started to evolve. So one camp started to do more athletic tricks. There was more flexibility shown. It was more about the tricks. And there was one part that stuck with the posing, the presenting yourself, popping it, the kind of aesthetic, artistic presentation of yourself. And so they started to call the more athletic way, new way. And the way that stuck with the posing and the presentation a bit more was considered Old Way. So when you look at Old Way, where it was founded was partially also so you could settle arguments on the dance floor and you didn't have to throw hands outside of that. You will see that a lot, that there's a lot of inspiration taken from martial arts, there's a lot of hieroglyphic poses, but there's also a lot of the old school magazine poses, fashion poses that you would have seen in the 70s or 80s. So that is also what eventually, quite a bit later on, gave the three styles, Old Way, New Way, and Femme, their umbrella term, voguing. It came from the fashion magazine Vogue. And when you train Old Way, you want to make sure to look at the people that were there before you. There is amazing dancers doing amazing things. Look at what they do, try to copy them, get inspired by them. And some people that you can look up, for example, are obviously Paris Dupree, right? They started it all, so you could have a look at them. You could have a look at Willie Ninja, a very famous member of the House of Ninja. There is Cesar Valentino around, a great Old Way dancer. There's R.G. Burnett. And in Switzerland, we have Hansi LaBeija, a member of the iconic House of LaBeija. So you can Google it, or look it up on YouTube, wherever you want to go, and get inspired by them. You will see they play a lot with lines, symmetry, asymmetry, boxes. They will play a lot with very clean moves. It's important to hit the pose on the beat, so show off your musicality. Also make sure that you find poses that suit your body, that make you feel good, that show off your outfit or your personality, what you want to present on the runway, at the ball, or at the kiki that you're going to. When you are looking for music, you can mainly choose old school house music. And you will find that in old school house music, the emphasis on the music that you want to pop your poses on is on the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, and the 8th count. So if you've been classically trained to music of European origin, you would have learned to have the emphasis on 1, 3, 5, and 7. So try to be on 2, 4, 6, 8. You will hear it in the music that will give you in the minute. And make sure to be warmed up, keep yourself safe, and let's go and do some dancing. So let's get to the dancing. First, I will show you the choreography with music so you know what you're getting yourself into. Then I will explain to you the different aids, the movement, what you gotta take care of when dancing. And in the end, we can do it all together with music. Now let's have a look in detail. Feel free to stop, rewind, pause, practice by yourself. The first 8, you start on 1, 2, your leg is pointed to the side, your arms form a straight line. Try to also have this arm to the back so you have the illusion of the longest line possible. From here, you go 3, 4, so your hips turn to the front, and your arms cross so your elbows touch in the middle of your body. When you're here, it goes on 5 up, and you make a long line, and then you have 6, 7, 8 to step out. Make sure that this arm is as parallel as possible to this arm, and your foot here is either flat on the ground or pushed up. So the first 8 are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, you go 1, 2. So you're in a squat position, your arms again, a straight line. Then it's 3, 4. You turn the one arm up to form a little box. Then this arm goes to the front, 5, 6. And the other arm comes up. So it follows the movement. Then you have 7, 8, where this one arm turns to the front and the other arm stretches out with the hand flexed. And then on 1, 2, you again form a straight line. So the second 8 is going to be from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. When you're here, you go 3, 4. Take a nice strong position, your shoulders down, your hands on your hips. And then we catwalk. In old way, when we catwalk, there's less hips, less curves, and more of an army-like quality to it. So it goes 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you're here, this is 1, 2, then you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next 8 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Your finger, there's 2 fingers together. You slide to the side. You take 4 counts to go down, and then you fold your arms over and you shift your weight onto the other leg. This is 5, 6. You bring this leg in, 7, 8, with your hands to the front. When your hands are to the front, we duck walk. In old way, we can duck walk with really little steps. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure to frame your face. And then 2 counts out. 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you serve it to the gods, make sure you have nice hands and you pop this position. We're going to go from where the catwalk ends. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, you turn to the side where your leg is in the back. So it's going to be 1, 2, touch your shoulders with your hands, and then 3, 4. So you have a 360-degree turn. From here, you step out to the side with this arm crossing across your chest. This is going to be 6. And then we have 7, 8. Make sure you place your knee on the ground so you're ready for the dip then. We're going to go from 7, 8. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we dip. In old way, the way you're going to do this, one way to do it, is you go to the side, you stretch this leg, and you try to get your head as close to the ground as possible. This is going to be 4. Most of the time you dip on 8, or you can also dip on 4. Now, try to rehearse and practice for yourself, and then we're going to do it together with music. This was old way, the original way of voguing. I hope you had fun. I hope you're gonna practice, and please send us your video for the Kiki Ball on the 22nd of May. Thank you for watching. See you there. Bye.